Why it's so hard to start something, even when something you really want to do. We all have at least one thing we've always wanted to start, but it just ends up as another project that never leaves the paper. Another goal left unrealized. And I'm the same way. For years, I have wanted to start this, document my life, my experiences, telling stories, my stories, and those of the people that I meet along the way. But I've never made it happen. Recently, I have been asking myself why. Maybe it's fear. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of judgment. Or maybe it's comparison. Feeling like everyone else's work is better than mine. But lately, I have realized something. It wasn't always like this. When I was a kid, things were different. I remember how simple everything was. There's nothing standing between wanting to create and actually doing it. If I wanted to be a musician, I would grab an instrument and start playing. Imagine myself creating music without worrying if it sounded right. I just played. I didn't need to be skilled or know all the rules. I simply let myself explore, and I learned along the way. I created like a kid, without worrying about the consequences, without judging myself, without thinking about opinions or criticism. There's a quote from the book The Creative Act. As artists, we seek to restore our childlike perception, a more innocent state of wonder and appreciation, not tethered to utility or survival. And I think that's how we grow, by trying without fear of failure. Because creating isn't about right or wrong. Creating, making, it's about putting something out into the world. It's how we express our view of life. Everything we make reflects our experiences, our understanding of what happens to us and to the people around us. Some of these things are a part of us, but many we leave behind. The older we get, the harder it becomes. We put more pressure on ourselves, compare ourselves to others, fear not being good enough. And that's where the problem begins. We lose sight of the reason we create. Instead, we focus only on the final product, the result. In doing so, we leave something important behind. Creating like a child, doing something for the simple joy of doing it, without expecting anything in return, just for the experience itself. But it's hard. Even now I'm here overthinking if this script is good enough for a video. Should I wait for a better idea? Maybe a better story? Maybe a better time? Maybe wait until I know more or I can do it better. But if I keep waiting, I will always be waiting. The perfect moment, the perfect story, they will never come. The truth is, our biggest challenge in creating is that we think like adults. We want to start as professionals. We want guarantees that it will work out. Another quote that I really like from the Creative Act is, "We're not playing to win, we are playing to play." And ultimately, playing is fun. So, this is me taking my first step. Not because I'm ready or not because it's perfect, but just because it's time to start. And honestly, that's enough.